Aging populations. It is a topic that a lot of students of my age should be aware of. First of all, before my full presentation, I will start off by showing everyone the contents of what I'll be discussing through 5 minutes of time. I will talk about definitions of aging population at first to give you all a walkthrough of the topic. Next, I will talk about the reasons why this particular social phenomena is happening. Finally, I'll describe the impact of such phenomena happening in Korea in three categories. So the definitions. The aging population describes a population in which the proportion of elderly people is increasing. This is an easy graph which shows how much aging population has come to be since the year 2000. We might ask the question, why is this happening? There could be a lot of different reasons, but first of all, the phenomena is because of higher life expectancies, which usually is associated with better medical technologies and healthcare. And second, aging population has lower birth rates. This means fewer people are living born and more people are living up to their old age. To put it simple, it is a population that is aging. That is just simple as it is. The Asian population has numbers of consequences to talk about, and a few of them are very difficult and careful topics. I'm going to discuss about this in three big categories, which is politics, social, and economics. First, an aging population experiences political consequences. For example, let's think of the aging population of Korea. The most reliable voters by far are folks older than 60s. As retirees, they're used to living a fixed income, which means their salary doesn't change after month to month because they're living on their retirement savings or social securities. And that means they are very motivated to vote for tax increases or rising prices, etc. Because there are too many elderly people voting, they have increased voting power. That further means policies which have been voted for are likely to reflect the interests of the older population. Another effect is that governments must create policies for those older folks. This is especially true in many countries as well as Korea, which has government-paid healthcare systems. If more and more people need access to those healthcare systems, it gets way more expensive and that will put a strain in the country resources. Okay then, let's consider the social effects of the aging population. Now to be fair, the aging population can cause some benefits socially, like when the child's parents are working. The grandparents can look after them and give them childcare. But they simultaneously carry difficulties as well. The reason for this is the shifting family structures. Nowadays in Korea, there are a lot more nuclear families than multi-generational households, which leads to the problem of the elderly to be forced in nursing homes or hospitals. This could be a serious burden financially for their working child. Moving on, let's talk about the economic consequences. So another way to reconsider the aging population is that when the aging population happens, the dependency ratio increases. The dependency ratio is a comparison of the working age and the non-working age, which are people who is under the age of 15 and over the age of 65. Let's look at the visualized population pyramid, which all of us know about. This pyramid shows the change in Korea's population as time goes by. You can see how there are so many elderly people than younger people by far. As we can see, all the workable people are going up to the dependent zone, and this is going to make labor shortages that leads to slow economic growth in the country, as well as low competence in industries. This is all I've prepared for today's presentation, and I hope Korea could solve the aging population crisis. Fingers crossed. Thank you for listening.